Hello. I hope that whoever is watching, you are well, and thank you for being here. Today is Thursday morning, July 27th, 2023. I am taking this time to do a wellness check once again. This is another positive message to hear outside of the negative stuff we listen to daily, wanted or unwanted. This is a reminder for us to do a check-in, tune up on our daily self, and allow ourselves without judgment to take notes, observe, and become aware, and continue moving forward and outward, making choices that will ultimately affect our lives and those around us. So let us start with a few questions to think about, and we can meditate on them in our own time. But let me hopefully plant some positive seeds that we can tend to in our own way of knowing and finding out who we are and how we are connected. Allow me to ask some questions we still avoid or refuse to answer. Maybe some of us never even allowed ourselves to think outside the bubble we grew up within and somewhat maintain ourselves in at this present moment to even think of some of these questions I am about to ask. I ask questions to myself depending on the situation, mood, atmosphere, etc. It is a moment to reflect, and we make the loving time for ourselves to do this without excuse, any time, any place, anywhere, any moment. Let us take a brief moment to allow ourselves to release anything that is affecting our bodies, our moods, and our minds. Are we trying consciously or maybe trained ourselves subconsciously to escape everything that we feel is not working, not feeling good, maybe feeling wrong? Are we, I included, putting distractions in our energy, vibrating still those things that perplex us, or wonder, why is this not changing? We all know, I believe, at this point in every one of our journeys, we all know anxiety, fear of change, fear of living within the best qualities of ourselves, where we finally feel good in every way within every fiber of our being. Have you thought in a way where you very easily say to or ask yourself, maybe the best way for me to learn more of myself, of who I am, more of being who I want to be, is by unlearning? In short, learn by unlearning. Undo and unravel all that stuff you are already familiar with or sick of. Stop giving yourself the great excuse that is not causing you to feel joy, peace, or achievement in your growth. Consider the question, add this thought, and see how it feels. You are not looking for compensation or victory when it comes to getting to know you. You are looking to you becoming one with who you are. Know your worth, understand it, feel it, and live by it. Once that is secure in your being, control your emotions, allowing awareness and the observer, which is you, and see if it is controlling you or if you are flowing with it. After that, when you come to terms with yourself, that is, creating peace, never settle. Know your worth, control your emotions, and never settle. You do not have to be condescending, demeaning, manipulative, or play the victim role in getting what you need for your growth expansion. And it does not have to be painful or a distraction that prevents us from addressing ourselves when the signs present themselves for change. I would suggest here in this wellness check of ourselves, let us intentionally stop consciously creating our world, our reality, and our moment-to-moment energy manifestations into negative internal conversations, which are the root cause of our feelings of disappointment and misfortune, our sadness, and our low energy. We, all of us, me included, have created or created negative dialogue to self or of others, of anything, to justify what in every case is an excuse. Again, the great excuse. Thinking it makes us feel better morally, spiritually, inwardly. In that falseness, we sometimes feel failure, criticism from everywhere, and self. And what does that feel like? Suffering. We all go through it. Do not ever let anyone knock you down, ruin your day, your moment. That is not allowed. We have to remember also that others, their disappointments, setbacks, pain, and experiences are not yours, and yours are not theirs. This is when you see yourself as when one thing ends and you begin. If you can, understand that your mind, when connected in synchronicity with your heart, can reach and is vibrating across the space of known and unknown, always observing and being aware, operating on our instincts within the difference. We will work diligently on all the wisdom and knowledge we have gathered, creating those opportunities to integrate two opposing thoughts so that one is not always forcing the other out of awareness, but bringing balance, light to dark, or illuminating a new dark space of nothingness where we create everything. So as we navigate life the way we are currently living it, we live as if the pain within this vessel, our bodies, just wants to survive. Like every entity on this earth, it or we, since we are talking about self, we then tend to allow it to survive the pain with the unsatisfaction of knowing we can become and do more. This then becomes our daily when we unconsciously identify with it. Look at your boredom, your unfulfillment, your unhappiness, a new understanding of your naivety as outgrowing the old way of looking at the world. If so, start creating the one you want, the one you need. No need to pick sides. If there is anything to pick yourself. Know your codependency and your empathy. Do not destroy or sabotage the answers when you are opening yourself up to questions as you check in, tune up, and recalibrate. Find the answers that destroy the questions. That is when you finally get it. Curiosity is natural, but it is always a choice. Risk will always be there, but trust in yourself and see if the risks that you come across are worth it or useless at this point. Balance your desires and your growth, watching it transform. Ending here, just before our affirmation, let me say, continue to deeper understand your existence. Look at your beliefs, the things you are persistent in, and the things you are procrastinating and or avoiding. Whatever it is, continue to see, even now, that this is shaping your reality moment by moment. Trust yourself. That is the absence of fear. That represents confidence, allowing the invisible to become visible. and the visible to become invisible, removing the doubts that cause limitations. Be and stay obedient to your inner voice and higher self, your instinct, your willpower, faith in self, and love of your existence. Talk with yourself and know that when you do, you are not crazy, especially when you hear that voice respond. It may be one of many. It is at this point you allow your perception of all things to shift, change, and accept. Whether it is aloud or in mental conversation, know that your conscious mind is the guardian of the subconscious. Release the psychological rigidity. The affirmation is, I am life itself, and I choose to experience it the way I am. Now say it again and fill in the rest, or leave it open to all infinity that Source establishes that is us, such as, I am life itself, and I choose to experience it the way I am living. I am growing, I am learning and experiencing. You get the idea. Keep light, love, respect, honor, dignity, integrity, openness, and forgiveness in your humility and humbleness. Get past the harsh self-criticism and appropriate loving self-reflection. Gratitude, baby. It goes a long way. Peace, hugs, and love. Goodbye.